Yeah. Gotcha. Who are we? Welcome back to the United Center here in downtown Chicago. And there probably is an arena in the NBA that has more life than this place here in the Windy City. And tonight's Miller Genuine Draft starting lineups for the Chicago Bulls, who come in at 56 and 17. The backcourt combination of Michael Jordan and Ron Harper. Dennis Rodman is in the middle, Longley out with the knee. Pippen and Kukoc up front. Scottie Pippen has made a tremendous difference on this team since he's come back.
He brings another all-star to the lineup, so creative in the open court, a big-time reformer, a big-time champion.
Since he's come back, Chicago is 30-6. And for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Peeler, Stephon Marbury on the backcourt with Garnett and Sam Mitchell up front. And then you have big Stanley Roberts in the middle. And Kevin Garnett continues to be a force with this team, but when you talk about his play, you expect nothing less.
Kevin Garnett, all-world type player for the Timberwolves. His game has gone to another level in the absence of Tom Gugliotta, and the Timberwolves need KG to play big.
Now tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by your Heartland Chevrolet dealerships. A strong start, in particular to begin the game, than just after halftime.
Because Chicago rested yesterday, they know the Timberwolves played last night. The Bulls will try to come out and get a quick start, and they love to start fast after halftime as well.
Dennis Rodman, with Longley out, will be a force underneath the glass. He leads the NBA in rebounding, and so making sure that he does not have one of those unbelievable Rodman-type nights on the glass is key for a Minnesota win.
You know, Ken, we talk about Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan as the MVPs of this basketball team, but Michael has said this guy here, Dennis Rodman, is the MVP of this basketball team.
And Trent, you talk about playing a complete game. That can mean a lot of things. What does it mean to you?
You got to be very efficient on both ends of the court. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to block out. So you must do all of the little things to try to win a basketball game in Chicago, because this team is so good in every aspect of the game.
There's Phil Jackson, one of the best coaches in the history of the NBA, and before this he was in the CBA. And Phil Jackson, of course, it is well known, will probably be coaching his last season in Chicago. The front office and Jackson himself have said this is it, he is finished. And of course, when he said that, that triggered the announcement by Michael Jordan that he was going to be through. And I just talked with someone inside the Bulls organization. They truly believe that Jackson will go and that Michael will either play someplace else or definitely will retire. But not a Chicago Bull will he be next year at this time.
I mean, Michael and Phil, they have a great bond together. It's a great system. It has worked for so many years for Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. It's very hard to believe, Kevin, that the Chicago Bulls management can break up this type of a basketball team.
And although he's not going to get many votes for Coach of the Year in the NBA, Phil Flip Saunders has done a wonderful job with the Timberwolves in so many ways, dealing with the absence of Tom Gugliotta. A lot of people that feel that if Gugliotta were still on this team, it is truly a fourth-place finisher in the Western Conference, and probably easily going into the second round. But without that, he has still stayed, Trent, 3 games over 500.
I mean, Kevin, with 38 wins right now, I believe if Tom Gugliotta was on the basketball team, along with the addition of Anthony Peeler, the Timberwolves might have 6 or 7 more victories.
So the Chicago Bulls and Stephon Marbury taking on a great team tonight, a team with the best record in the NBA, 10 consecutive wins coming in. And with Chicago and the best record in the NBA, to them that means home court in the championship series, not just in the first or second or third rounds. They're talking in the very final 7 games to be played.
So for them, Kevin, this is a very, very big basketball game for the Bulls. They need to win because, as you mentioned, they are trying to make sure that home court advantage is theirs throughout the whole entire playoff. Great start by Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett with the nice stroke. And he hits the first shot of the game for Minnesota. Here comes Harper. Rodman back to Harper, and Harper on the fly off the glass. Picked up by Anthony Peeler, who was absolutely sensational in the final 9 minutes last night in Indianapolis. Marbury tries to take it inside and picked up by Harper, and here comes Chicago the other way.
See, that's what I mean by playing a complete basketball game. You must take care of the basketball against the Bulls. They are so good and they can create turnovers.
Michael Jordan over Anthony Peeler. Michael heard from for the first time tonight.
It's going to be a very tough matchup for Anthony Peeler trying to play Michael Jordan one-on-one. Look for the Timberwolves to come with the double team sooner or later.
Barnett again into Kukoc as we're tied at 2, and Kevin has started 2 of 2 in this game for the Wolves.
KG against Tony Kukoc. Take his time. He can get that shot whenever he wants.
Jordan inside. Michael the other way. Finally goes in. Unbelievable play by Michael Jordan.
Talking about true greatness. Number 23 is true greatness.
Mitchell fans. Rebound by Rodman. Outlet caught. And Harper feeds it down court to Pippen. Michael again. Peeler on him. That was a position that Doug West used to man so well for the Wolves. Here's Kukoc from 21. Nice rebound by Kevin Garnett, who played his senior year in high school here in Chicago, so it's his adopted hometown. Peeler for 3. Good! Peeler picking up where he left off last night in Indianapolis.
That's going to be a very big key to this basketball game. How well Anthony Peeler can shoot the basketball, because he needs to force Michael Jordan to be a defender as well.
Working it around, it's picked up by Kukoc and bumps into Peeler. And nice spin move inside, and finally Dennis Rodman is there to clean it up.
When you get penetration, it breaks down the defense. Big Stan had to come over to help out on the drive by Tony Kukoc, and that freed up Dennis Rodman for the tap in.
Marbury and Jordan Garnett, and he feeds to Mitchell, who is met by the defense of Pippen, and the shot clock showing 7. That's the shooting so far in the game. Outside, Marbury. Kukoc, nice defense. Peeler, 3 of 3. Wonderful shot by Anthony Peeler.
See, in the movement of the basketball as well, Kevin, was beautiful by the Timberwolves. Inside, outside, the extra pass by Stephon to Anthony Peeler, who knocked down the home run.
Out of bounds across the way. Chicago turns it over. And here come the Wolves again. Marbury with the move on Harper. Wolves have gone 4 of 5. Marbury with the miss, their second miss, and picked up by Pippen. He'll glide, he'll fly, he'll take it inside. Picked up by Marbury. Stephon. Wolves have numbers 4 on 3. Stephon, Garnett, and hesitation, and out of bounds it goes.
Good defense by Ron Harper. He has those long arms. He can reach over to the back and swat that ball away. But you like the energy by the Timberwolves at the start of this basketball game.
Absolutely. After hitting their first, missing their second, they then went 3 of 3. And here's a Marbury 3, and Minnesota has knocked down 3 3-point shots in the game.
If you can shoot the basketball well from the outside, they're going to force the Chicago Bulls defenders to close out, and then that's going to open up some driving lanes to the basket.
Here's Michael Jordan working on Peeler, and that is Jordan's shot, a spinning fadeaway, and nobody does it better than MJ.
Nobody can stop MJ on that block. He's so efficient now these days with his scoring opportunities.
Jordan's got 6, and here comes Stephon Marbury. Roberts inside, look out! When a body that big begins to move that fast, you only find dead men in his wake. What a play by Roberts.
Pick and roll basketball ran to perfection by Big Stan and Stephon Marbury.
And here's Dennis Rodman with Pippen feeding Jordan, kicking it outside. Kukoc is free as Mitchell was working inside. And Garnett looks for the loose ball. It's off of Chicago, and Minnesota will inbound.
Very good job by the Timberwolves. They are so sharp to this basketball game. Kevin, I got to believe the last rush last night, late in that basketball game, has really helped them in this basketball game at the start.
Here comes Stephon Marbury, Garnett, Roberts, Mitchell, and Peeler for the Timberwolves. Here's Stephon, and back on top to Sam. And they get caught up in the defense a little bit. Marbury's got the feed inside to Roberts. He'll try to muscle around Rodman, and that's all Dennis can really do is just throw a body into that big body of Roberts.
And the Timberwolves should look to attack the drive tonight because no Luke Longley, there's no shot blockers behind the defense of the Chicago Bulls. So the Timberwolves should have no fear tonight in going to the basket. Big Stan bagging his way down, trying to carve out some space as he goes strong against Dennis Rodman.
Timberwolves are at Atlanta coming up this Sunday. That's a radio-only game, 2 o'clock. Then home against Miami, Philadelphia, and Utah. Great games, great seats. All 989-5151. Second free throw, no good. Rodman got the rebound. Here comes Chicago. He's got 3 rebounds, Pippen does, or rather Rodman does, and here comes Jordan. Peeler is on him. Michael begins to move. Again, that fadeaway, and double-teamed he was that time. Garnett got a hand in there. 4-on-2. Marbury, and he'll drive and float and put it off. Rebound by Kukoc.
Nice end-to-end basketball by the Timberwolves, but Kevin, when you get those types of chances, you have to cash in.
He had a 4-on-2 going in. Here comes Scotty now. He'll try a 3 and barely grazes the rim. Picked up by Anthony Peeler. And Peeler. What a beginning for Anthony Peeler in the game. He's got 8, and he is 3 of 3 from the field. Anthony Peeler, who put in 14 last night, in the final 9 minutes, comes up with a tremendous start tonight. Minnesota on top by 10, 18-8.
What do you get from the man who has everything?
From the director of 7.
What is it?
It's a game. They know who you are.
This is Cynthia calling from CRS.
How'd you get this number?
They know where you live.
What is this?
Let's save the questions till afterwards.
And they want everything. Michael Douglas.
Who did this to me? Why?
Sean Penn.
I paid him more to make it stop.
The Game.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
And so the detective said the butler didn't do it. It was. My book! Let's go, Rick. Where's that page? I've got to finish my book. Hello, sir. Can you please tell me how your book ends? No! Now I'll never know. Brick! Oh, Brick, look what I've got. Good dog.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
Started with the marvelous 10-point lead over the Chicago Bulls, 18-8. And this is just no ordinary team. The Chicago Ball Club has won 10 consecutive games. And you can see what they've done here at the United Center. And this year at the United Center, 33-3.
It's great teams, Kevin. They have great home records. They understand the importance of winning basketball games at home because they know trying to secure that playoff spot at home will give them a big advantage at playoff time.
Minnesota has never trailed in this game. They're on an 11-4 run since we were tied at 4. Chicago is struggling. Jordan, although he is 3 of 4, the rest of the team 1 of 7. So with that in mind, Chicago takes it, and Pippen works down low with 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Rodman up high, and that brings out Roberts. Garnett now working on Jordan, which is kind of interesting. It has been Peeler. Michael with that 3 and a miss, and picked up by Rodman.
That's why you love Dennis Rodman. He gives the Chicago Bulls extra chances.
Rodman's got the 4 rebounds, and Pippen was trying to work it inside, and a quick foul called. Our referees tonight, by the way, one of the best crews in the NBA, and 2 of these guys outstanding. Dick Pavetta, that's Teddy Bernhardt right there. Teddy lives in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
It's not a bad place to live.
No. He's a very smart guy, one of the great referees in the league, along with Dick Pavetta and Sean Corbin. There's Dick. Players and GMs always rank him as number 1 in the league.
You know, Dennis Rodman doing his work on the glass offensively, giving Scottie Pippen a second chance. Anthony Peeler picks up his first foul.
Peeler picked up the first, and here comes Pippen with another try. And Peeler gets it, and here comes Minnesota. Leading 18-9. Chicago has never led. Peeler began with a couple of threes. Minnesota had a stretch there where he hit 3 consecutive shots, and Marbury takes it inside, but a whistle blew and a foul was called on Ronnie Harper.
It's a good read by Stefan. He had the one-on-one opening against Ron Harper. The backside was cleared out. He went to the baseline and picked up the foul on Ron Harper.
Just past the halfway point of this first quarter, Harper and Marbury. Peeler open on the wing, but the pass goes to Kevin Garnett. Plenty of time in the shot clock. Peeler again, shot clock at 9. MJ on Peeler. He has to alter the shot and try to feed into Marbury, and that's out of bounds, and a nice turnover forced by the Chicago defense.
So that's why Michael Jordan is so special. We know he can play offense, but his defensive game is so strong.
Bulls looking for their first hit here. They've missed their last 4. 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Michael Jordan with a Garnett defense, and Harper on top, picked up by Marbury. Kukoc and Peeler. They moved Peeler now to Kukoc. And Marbury and Jordan tapped inside, snared by Garnett in a 24-second shot clock violation. Chicago has missed 5 in a row.
You see, when you got a guy like Anthony Peeler who can shoot the basketball for you, he picks up one foul. You got to make sure you take him away from Michael Jordan so he doesn't pick up another cheap foul and has to go to the bench because you need his outside shooting.
How much did the ending of last night play in the beginning of tonight?
Helped them a great deal. They got the confidence. The game got together. And Anthony Peeler found his stroke at the end of the game, and that has helped him at the beginning of this game. Roberts double. Mitchell left free for 3.
Good! Mitchell drops the bomb. Minnesota from downtown has gone 4 of 4.
Sam Mitchell by himself, got his feet together, knocked down the home run shot. Scottie Pippen with the answer.
Pippen comes back. That's the first Chicago hit in 6 shots. One of their last 6, 4:40 to play here in the first quarter. Bulls went about 3.5 minutes without a field goal. 3.5 minutes for the world champs. Mitchell over Pippen. Tapped by Kukoc, tapped by Peeler, and out of bounds off Minnesota.
See, not the shot the Timberwolves won against the Bulls. You can't take quick shots against this team because they love to get in transition.
Kukoc, Rodman picks it up, his 5th rebound of the game. 3rd on the offensive glass, which is unbelievable. Jordan inside, Michael Jordan. He's got 8.
Nice recognition by Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan was deep into the painted area. No way Anthony Peeler can slow down MJ once he gets that deep.
Bulls have never led. Wolves have led as much as 12. A 3 by Marbury. That missed badly. He's put up a couple of air balls now here in the first quarter, Stephon has. And Pippen with a 3 at the other end. Another offensive rebound for Rodman. He's got 4. 4 offensive rebounds. Some guys only have 4 offensive rebounds for 4 games.
I mean, he's the key to this basketball team. He gives his teammates extra shots. That's why they love Dennis Rodman so much.
And he's a wonderful passer after he gets that rebound. Here comes Pippen into Dennis Rodman.
Pretty basketball between Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. Rodman set the pick and roll, slipped to the basket, and Scottie Pippen found me with the pass.
It is a 6-point game. It's at one time 12-point lead. Chicago is cut in half. Marbury, Wolves are hitting 57% of their shots. Peeler for 3, short that time and out of bounds off Minnesota.
In that situation, when Tony Kukoc steps out to guard you, the player should look to drive Tony Kukoc, not a strong defender against the drive.
Minnesota has gone 4 of 6 from three-point land. They've led the entire game. This is the Timberwolves Television Network.
What's your nickname?
Beast. I went back to like 3 years ago. There was this court, and I took the ball, and I just brought it back like this. Beast from there.
Those guys inspired me because that's all I used to do was just dunk, watch them and just do their dunks.
Things like this makes you strive even harder.
Like up here, and you got to get up there.
10% physical, 90% mental.
NBA authentic gear redesigned by Starter, Nike, and Champion. Get your NBA gear at Foot Locker.
We work for a highly funded yet unofficial government agency. Our mission is to monitor extraterrestrial activity on Earth.
Oh, that can be good.
I knew it. This is an alien, and you guys are from some government agency trying to keep it under wraps.
Nah.
Men in Black.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
This place is going bananas. The chiropractor with a clothesline. Ouch! Low blow. What is this? Oh my, a boot right between the eyes. Where are the referees? This is unbelievable. It's over. Now when the dinner lights all over, punching the doggies is gone. My legs are a-aching, my back feels like breaking, but the world fills my heart like the sun.
Back in Chicago, bizarre incident on the team bus to the United Center this afternoon. The driver took a corner too tight and collided with a stoplight, smashing 3 back windows and completely blowing one of them into the bus where DeJuan Wheat, that man, was sitting. DeJuan was, as you can see, unharmed after demonstrating some remarkable lateral movement to the other side of the bus. Weird incident on the way to the United Center this afternoon.
Hey, folks, a reminder, April 17th, the day Wolves fans can buy playoff tickets when they go on sale to the general public Friday, April 17th, 10 a.m. You can get playoff tickets by stopping by the Target Center box office, any Ticketmaster location, or by calling 612-989-5151. That's April 17th at 10 a.m. To the general public, the tickets go on sale. Bulls on a 6-0 run over the last a little less than 2 minutes. Michael Jordan, he's got 10.
Michael Jordan reading the defense very well. Know he had Cherokee Parks, went to the quick bounce for the jump shot. No way Cherokee can contain MJ.
Minnesota's biggest lead was 21-9. It was a lead of 12. Here comes Garnett. Rodman is there. Doubled by MJ. Kevin hit his first, misses that one, and it's a loose ball foul called inside on Cherokee Parks, and that's his first of the game.
And Kevin, you can see now, after the Timberwolves got off to that very quick start, the defensive level of the Chicago Bulls have gone one notch higher.
Chicago has not made a substitution until right now. They got Scott Burrell, who has been great the last couple games. He's in the game now.
It's a great steal by Stefan.
And Stefan with the defense. He'll get it from Mitchell back to Sam and open from 15, and he knocks it down. And Minnesota leads it 23-17.
Key by Stefan, still quick push up the basketball, freed up Sam Mitchell in his favorite spot on the baseline.
Mitchell's gone 2 of 4, and he's got 5 points. MJ gives it off to Pippen and picked up by Anthony Peeler. Pippen, Scott Burrell for 2. He's played for Golden State. He's played for the Charlotte Hornets, but he is thriving in Chicago.
He's going to be a real key to this basketball team at playoff time. If he can make some open jump shots, that's going to free up the drive game of Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan.
That was a great feed by Marbury. Parks couldn't convert, and then he finally picks up the coughed up ball from Mitchell and tomahawks it in, and Minnesota leads again by 6.
Cherokee Parks just going to the basket and say, hey, look what I found. A free basketball for an easy basket.
You look at the look on the Timberwolves' faces. There is no awe. There is no, uh-oh, look where I am. A 3 by Pippen is in.
Kevin Garnett trying to respect Scottie Pippen's drive. Can't give Scottie Pippen that much room. He can knock down that shot.
Like there's nothing to it.
He got right to it.
He did. 25-22, 3-point Minnesota lead. Garnett with the spinner. Here comes Pippen. Chicago can tie with a 3. It is a 3-on-3, and Anthony trying to reach in from behind on the moving Pippen in a foul, the second against Anthony Peeler.
And you can see the difference in this basketball team with Scottie Pippen compared to the team that played in Minnesota in last December. Scottie Pippen can get the rebound and push the basketball and start to break. So that gives Michael Jordan another element to that all-star tandem.
Brown comes in right now. And Michael will leave, so it's Brown, Rodman, Burrell, Pippen. And with the ball is Harper. Here comes Pip, inside against the glass, fought for and claimed by Sam Mitchell. Terry Porter, who played in the finals in '92 against this Chicago team. Wide open is Cherokee Parks. Parks knocks it in. Cherokee with 4 off the bench. Parks is gone 2 or 3. Minnesota leads it by 5.
And Kevin, we talked about the complete game. Sam Mitchell working very hard to get the rebound. Terry Porter with the quick and nice decision to find Cherokee Park for an easy 2. And Scottie Pippen is checking us out.
He's looking at you. He heard you talking. Who's that familiar voice? Because I know that voice. Here comes Pippen again. Working on Mitchell. Shot clock at 2. Scottie Pippen. Rebound tapped away by Parks. Burrell gets it away from Minnesota. Harper at the buzzer. No good. And the first quarter comes to a close. Well, Minnesota got 4 assists from Stephon Marbury. A 4 of 6 display from above the arc, including a 3 by Steph and 2 threes by Peeler. And they led the entire way. They lead by 5 at the end of 1 on the Timberwolves television network.
This place is going bananas. The chiropractor with the clothesline. Ouch! Low blow. What is this? Oh my, a boot right between the eyes. Where are the referees? This is unbelievable. It's over. Now then the dinner line. All over. Punching the doggies is gone. My legs are a-aching. My back feels like breaking. But the wolf fills my heart like the sun.
Is it just a coincidence, or is it a conspiracy? Find out on Direct Ticket. Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts in the suspense thriller Conspiracy Theory.
You think you're living in a free country? There's a lot of conspiracies going on, you know?
The only people who believe Jerry Fletcher
Can you prove any of this?
Absolutely not.
are the ones trying to kill him.
I have to find Jerry. I got him.
And only she can save him. Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts, Patrick Stewart, Conspiracy Theory on Direct TV.
Today's flight is a special one.
Meet the first-class passenger
Makes the Manson family look like the Partridge family.
of Con Air.
Where are you going with my plane?
We're going to Disneyland.
Now, it may be their party, but someone
He's a U.S. Ranger, highly decorated.
is about to crash it. From Jerry Bruckheimer, producer of The Rock.
It's on your mind, hillbilly. Goodbye.
Con Air. Buckle up.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Over half of American kids are not active on a regular basis, but there are lots of fun ways to get fit.
You can double dash.
Play with your dog.
Jump higher.
Make a move. Juggle, or at least try to.
The more active you are, better you'll feel. Play fit, stay fit.
Hanny, right?
Tom Hanneman back in Chicago, where unlike last night, the Wolves off to a terrific start. 27-22, they lead the Bulls. I like to play ball with the pros, get as close to the action as you want to be. Then get your hands on Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside, new from Nintendo 64. Available at Target stores April 29th. You can get a sneak preview from Nintendo 64 and Target at the Timberwolves game against the Jazz on April 11th. Kev?
Randy Brown begins things, Tom, here in the second quarter. Steve Kerr is in the game for the first time with Rodman. Burrell with the ball, and Kukoc is on the wing, picked up by Kevin Garnett. Shot clock at 4. Brown inside. Kerr, he can hit from any place. Rodman gets another offensive rebound, and he saves it with a lob to Burrell. And here comes Brown, known for defense, but it's a sweet 17-footer right there.
And give that credit to Dennis Rodman. His hard work on the offensive glass gave Randy Brown that extra chance.
He's got 6 offensive rebounds. Terry Porter begins things for the Timberwolves in the second quarter. Nice pass. Marbury to Parks and hacked by Kukoc inside.
And the Timberwolves should, a great pass by Stephon, like you said, Kevin. And the Timberwolves should look to go inside tonight. No shot blockers by the Bulls. Good ball movement, nice cut to the basket by Cherokee Parks. What a find by Stephon Marbury.
Wonderful, wonderful play. Marbury's already got 4 assists, but he's got that look tonight. When he's got that look, brother, you got to watch out. Hey, fans, stop by and see the Timberwolves, Sam Mitchell and Terry Porter on Thursday, April 9th. They'll be at the Best Buy at 494 in Lindale between 7 and 8. Sam and Terry will sign autographs courtesy of Sony and Best Buy. That is the Best Buy located 494 in Lindale on April 9th. Wolves have led the entire way, now by 4 with a minute gone here in the second.
No Michael Jordan, no Scottie Pippen, no need to double team. Just play good sound one-on-one basketball.
Another offensive rebound. Burrell got another shot. Rodman with
Dennis
another
Rodman.
one. Kerr for three.
Will somebody please block out?
Block out because it's going to kill you the entire game if you don't.
The Bulls are too good to give extra chances to. Sooner or later, they will make you pay. The Timberwolves are not blocking out. They are not doing the little things. And this is talking about Kevin playing a complete game.
Minnesota shot 52% in the first quarter. Chicago 42%. And here is Kukoc at the free throw line. He is about a 66% free throw shooter. With the purchase of a $17 or $32 ticket for the game on April 10th against Philadelphia, Allen Iverson, you'll receive a sleeve of golf balls and access to discount coupons from golf courses across Minnesota. Call 989-5151. Ask for the Golf Day ticket offer. Kukoc again. It's a 2-point game. Marbury and Garnett have played every second so far. We're a minute and a half into the second quarter. Garnett and Kukoc. Brown is on Marbury. Brown known primarily for his defense. Feeding inside, looking for Reggie Jordan, and it's thrown away. Minnesota turnover, and that is their third of the game.
You got to stay at your tempo. Cannot be forced into the Bulls' tempo because they can force you to turn the basketball over if you play their style.
Here's Burrell. Another miss. Chicago, one of their last 9. Another offensive rebound. Kukoc.
It's going to kill the Timberwolves tonight.
Here's Burrell and Kerr, who has come in and usually hot shooting, but 0 of 2. Bill Wennington is in the game now. And Burrell with another miss. Chicago is 1 of 10. One of their last 10 shooting, and out of bounds that goes, and the Wolves will get it. Michael Williams will come in and spell Stephon Marbury. Stephon needs a blow. Michael played so well last night, and that was by virtue of some great practices early in the week.
He played big-time basketball last night. He gave his team a boost off the bench, and that's what you need from your veteran players. When things are not going well, they need to come in and pick up the energy level.
Michael Williams gets it to Garnett, who works on Kukoc with a little bump and a spin. That's a pretty shot, and he just misses. Rebound, Chicago.
But Kevin Garnett must get closer to the basket against Tony Kukoc. He cannot settle for the fall-away jump shot against Tony Kukoc.
Roberts is in. He'll joust with Wennington, and there's Randy Brown. The shot clock is down to 10. Wennington works on Roberts and drives right into him. Nice knock away by Roberts. Great defense. Williams, 3-on-3, shuffles it off to Garnett. He works inside, and Kerr knocks it out of his hands.
Nice move of the feet by Big Stan to slide his feet and get his body in the path of Bill Wennington trying to drive to the basket for the shot block. Kevin Garnett needs to settle down, take his time, and look for his shot against Tony Kukoc, not rush himself.
They have to lob it that far. Nice athletic catch by Michael Williams. 9:10 to play in the half, and it's 28-26. Wolves have led the entire way. Wolves have taken one shot this quarter, just one, because of the great rebounding of the Chicago Bulls. Jordan works. Burrell defends. Garnett tried to slam it off of Kukoc's head. And here comes Chicago the other way. Neither team really glistening right now.
See, this is what the Minnesota Timberwolves should try to make a run. No Scottie Pippen, no Michael Jordan. You need to try to put this lead in your control.
A chance to tie, and Kukoc does that. It's just the second tie of the game. Kukoc has got 3.
See, if you allow the Bulls to stay close with the second unit on the floor, you know when Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen comes back, is going to play in their favor. Nice post-up move by Kevin Garnett.
Silky smooth shot by Kevin Garnett. 3 of 8 now from the floor. Wolves again by 2. And again, Minnesota has never trailed. Kukoc to Kerr. That breaks. That shot by Garnett breaks a 4-minute drought. Burrell for 2. Rebound Roberts, knocked away and out of bounds by Bill Wennington. It's Minnesota's ball.
Again, Kevin, no block out, Big Stan just trying to rebound. You must put a body on these guys and then go get the basketball. Can't stand side by side. The Bulls are too athletic, too tall. They jump too well, and they got great timing on the basketball.
Statistician tonight, Pat McGrath from CBS and ABC and ESPN and anybody have a CBS Radio, and I had him with me at
TNT,
Fox.
right?
And TNT now. He's at TNT now. I wonder how he got that gig. And ESPN too.
He's everywhere.
He works for a lot of guys. And he bases himself out of Chicago, so we're lucky to have him tonight. Under 8 to play here in the second quarter. It's Jordan. Game has really slowed down from a frenzied start. Now it's just kind of increment moves, small incremental moves by each team. Mitchell, nice pirouette inside, but it won't go. And it was off Burrell, and Minnesota, I think, well inbounded with a fresh 24.
It's a nice, strong move by Sam Mitchell. Went to the hesitation dribble to get himself into the lane. Missed the shot, but nice work by Reggie Jordan to keep the opportunity alive.
Porter was whacked out of bounds, and a foul called on Randy Brown. Jordan is sitting on the bench. Pippen is on the bench. Marbury on the bench for the Wolves. And Garnett getting the blow. 7.5 to play in the half. There's Michael. He began and he played great. Jordan already in the game has put in 10.
So right now, Phil Jackson is trying to buy some time by resting his 2 stars.
Quarter the miss. Burrell with the ball, and here comes Brown. That is a 5th rebound for Burrell. Brown the other way. Kerr on top. He's missed every shot he's taken so far. And Wennington is out too far. Shot clock down to 7. Into Kukoc. Works on a slower Roberts and still can't get it to go. Roberts plays hard inside. And Kukoc picks up the foul.
Kukoc with a quick move to the basket. Big stand. Moved his feet very well to take away the driving angle. Nice work by the big fella.
I know they're talking about improved players like Corliss Williamson and the such, but Stanley Roberts has got to be on anybody's list of candidates, top 10 list of candidates for most improved player this year in the NBA. He's got to be.
I mean, he's worked very hard to get himself ready to play basketball this year. And see, in the lack of confidence in his shot by Reggie Jordan, forced that turnover because he was open from 15 feet. He made the extra pass, and they gave Chicago's defense a chance to readjust.
That is Minnesota's 4th turnover, yet they still lead the Chicago Bulls 30-28. We're in the second quarter.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
What's your nickname?
Beast. I went back to like 3 years ago. There was this court, and I took the ball, and I just brought it back like this. Beast from there.
Those guys inspired me because that's all I used to do is just watch them and just do their dunks.
Things like this makes you strive even harder.
Like up here, and you gotta get up there.
10% physical, 90% mental.
NBA authentic gear redesigned by Starter, Nike, and Champion. Get your NBA gear at JCPenney.
This is where I work. These are my coworkers. Those are my customers. And that's me. Employee number 8. I make baskets.
Chicago, where the Bulls learned Thursday that they will be shorthanded. Luke Longley could be out the rest of the regular season and possibly for part of the playoffs because of a persistent knee problem. It's already cost him 13 games. Well, if you missed it earlier in our pregame show, some interesting news today out of the Twin Cities. The Timberwolves announced the organization under consideration to operate a WNBA team in the Twin Cities beginning in 1999. WNBA will expand to 12 teams for that season, 2 more. For more information, if you're interested in finding out more, there's the number, 673-8400. Operators on duty tonight and throughout much of the weekend to answer any questions. The official word, Kevin and Trent, should come out after an official vote by the WNBA Operating Committee sometime this spring.
Let's hope so. That's a wonderful thing for the organization. The WNBA has spread like wildfire. It's been hugely popular. It'd be great to have that come to downtown Minneapolis. A nice defensive play by Michael Williams on Kerr. They call the jump ball. Let's set some lineups here now. Wennington, Kerr, Pippen, Judd Bushler, And Michael Jordan out there for Chicago. Peeler, Roberts, Mitchell, Williams, and Porter for the Timberwolves after the timeout.
And you see that Phil Jackson has inserted Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen back into the basketball game. But the three other guys, all good spot-up shooters.
And no Jordan and no Marbury. And here's Kerr. He is 0 of 3 now with that miss. Another offensive rebound by Chicago. They got to get Kerr on track. He'll shoot again. This time he'll hit. He's 1 of 4.
See, no blocking out by Terry Porter allowed Jud Buechler to get close enough to the basket so he could get the rebound, and that gave Steve Kerr an extra chance.
We are tied again for a 4th time. Into Roberts, Wennington guarding. Outside to Michael. Nice shot by Michael Williams, who has had a wonderful week of practice and games.
Good basketball play by Michael Williams the last 2 ball games.
5:40 approaching here in the second quarter. Pippen, another 3. Mitchell defending, clanking away. It's not going to be a rebound that time. Picked up by Michael Williams. He'll fly in for the breakaway, and Minnesota with a quick 4-0 run, leading it by 4, and again, they've never trailed.
On that play there, Michael Williams showed some old quickness in those feet.
Yes, he did. Staying healthy. Michael Williams, if he had played more this season, would have been a candidate for comeback player of the year, and Roberts that way because he hasn't played hardly any of the last 3 years because of injuries. Buechler over Porter. Miss with the Roberts rebound. Stanley with the board for the Wolves, and he's got 2. Here comes Mitchell over Pippen. Nice shot by Sam Mitchell.
And look how quick the ball swung around the horn. Anthony Peeler to Michael Williams to Sam Mitchell for the quick jump shot.
3 of 7 is Sam Mitchell in this game. Make it 3 of 6, and he's got 7 points. Kerr again. Williams doubling with Roberts. Wennington outside. That's not his shot. Tap in try by Pippen, no good. Battling with Roberts, and Big Stan rips it away.
No contest for Scottie Pippen on that play.
Man alive, 4.5 to play in the half. Porter thought about 3. Pippen came and closed. Buechler, a pretty good defensive player, wonderful 3-point artist, working on Mitchell. And a foul called on Buechler, and that is such a known move. That is such a known move around the NBA. You would think that teams would pick up. Mitchell has been doing that since he got in the league.
And all Sam was trying to do was draw the foul, get himself close enough to the basket, making sure he could draw the contact against Jud Buechler. Nice veteran play by Sam Mitchell.
And Mitchell will be at the stripe for the Timberwolves. And a pretty good free throw shooter is Sam, over 80%. And the Wolves lead by 7 with the 7-0 run. Be sure to pick up your free Timberwolves pennant on Tuesday, April 7th. The Wolves take on the Heat at the Target Center. The first 10,000 fans at the game receive this great-looking pennant. Compliments of Dairy Queen. Mitchell again.
Timberwolves 8-0 run. Keyed by Michael Williams. Nice play. Open jump shot on one play. Quick feet to get an easy layup. And then quick passing around the horn to free up Sam Mitchell for a jump shot as well.
Kerr for 3, another miss. Chicago is one of their last 9. And from the field in this quarter, Chicago 3 of 18. Here comes Mitchell, quickly doubled inside through to Roberts. He coughed it up but kept at it, and Peeler is open, but he can't get it to go. Wennington is there. Roberts is there. Mitchell fighting for the ball. Great hustle by Sam Mitchell.
And nice work by Big Stan. Going to the floor, showing some great aggression. Dick better let us know. It's 22nd timeout.
It is 20.
Dick is going mad.
He has gone mad. Dick Bavetta has gone mad. I love that man. I love that man. 8-0 run by the Wolves. Let's take a look at the NBA's long-distance shooters. Brought to you by U.S. West, Dex Yellow Pages, your directory expert. Well, we saw Mullen last night. We're going to see Ellis and Hornacek on the horizon. And Porter and Kerr, the top guys here tonight in Chicago for the Bulls.
You know, Kevin, a good, strong play by the Timberwolves' second unit led by Michael Williams, showing some great savviness on the basketball court. Playing basketball the way it should be played has led to an 8-0 run by the Timberwolves.
Chicago, from three-point territory tonight, has gone 1 of 9. Minnesota 4 of 6, but all in the first quarter. All in the first quarter. Hey fans, on April 10th, when the Wolves take on the Philadelphia 76ers, it's Pepsi trading card night. Isn't that a wonderful picture? Isn't that just a wonderful picture? Oh, that baby can't be more than what? A couple months old? Look how little that little baby is. All right, let's get back. Okay, Friday, April 10th. 76ers in town. I love little kids. You know,
You got 4 of them, right?
Hey, Pat McGrath, wave, you're on TV. This is the man, right? Where's our camera? Where's our camera? This is the man. This is the man right here. Can I read this thing here? Yeah, get out of there. Okay, Friday, April 10th, the Wolves take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Pepsi trading card night. All fans at the game get a free sheet of official NBA hoops cards, courtesy of Pepsi. Generation Next. You come to a game. My wife came here a couple weeks ago. We did a game for Turner, and they played Miami, and the same feeling is present tonight. There are certain games that have electricity in this building, which is constantly buzzing. But this ticket tonight, as the Bulls are continuing to struggle in the second quarter from the field, this building tonight was one of the hardest tickets to get in the city today. And for the last couple weeks, it has just been atrocious trying to find a ticket.
You know, playoff time is close.
Garnett in town, just a lot of things. It's a big opponent for Chicago. Peeler for 3. Good! Anthony Peeler drops the bomb for a 3rd time. He's got 11 and 7 threes in the last 2 nights. Incredible display. Minnesota on an 11-0 run. And then it's quickly doused by Jud Buechler. He puts in a 3. And Chicago hits just their 2nd tonight.
Inside and outside basketball between Stan Roberts and Anthony Peeler. Peeler knocks down the home run. Lack of communication on the press by the Timberwolves gave Jud Buechler a wide open 3-point shot.
Robertson on run. Mitchell, he'll fire. Rebound by Dennis inside. He's got 9.
The shot came too quick by Sam.
2:50 in the first half. Rodman to Harper. MJ into Pippen. Oh, Scottie Pippen. A nasty tomahawk.
It's pretty basketball by the Bulls. Quick ball movement. Great feet inside to Scottie Pippen for the easy slam.
Scottie's got 8. He's averaging 19. 2.5 to play in the half. Mitchell to Williams. Well, we haven't seen Stefan in a while. Michael doing a nice job. Wolves run an 11-0 run before. And here's Peeler inside. Anthony Peeler having a great game with 13. Michael Jordan so far in this second quarter, no points, no shot attempts.
And Kevin, against a good, strong defensive team like the Bulls, if you move the basketball with precision, basketball cuts to the basket, you can get some easy shot at the basket. Michael Williams comes over, makes a foul. Timberwolves not in the penalty.
Michael Williams with a wonderful play, and the fouls on Michael. As I was saying, the Wolves were on an 11-0 run. Then Chicago came back with 5, and the Wolves rattled off 3 more.
See, they're moving the ball so well. Great basket cut by Anthony Peeler. Freed himself up for the easy basket against Michael Jordan. And we talk about Michael not scoring. He's back into it.
That is his first shot attempt in the second quarter.
You know, Michael would take some time off during the course of a basketball game to see if his teammates can get involved and find some flow. And he'll wait, and he knows the right time to take his game to another level.
That's a foul on Scottie Pippen, who is doing the Watusi with Kevin Garnett. There's Phil Jackson back, and you can see him back there. He was up in Sean Corbin's ear. That's the first double foul. They called a double foul on that. Here's Peeler, so that's the first on Garnett. And outside to Marbury with Harper on him. Garnett quickly doubled. Pippen is the primary defender. Buechler comes over, and Kevin can't get it to go. Another rebound, the 10th by Rodman.
Big Stan just mistimed his jump.
What a pass by Jordan! Oh, what a play! Did you see that? Tremendous basketball by Michael Jordan.
What about the vision by MJ to pick out Ron Harper cutting to the basket? Super play by Super MJ.
That is just so beautiful. Looking one way.
Off the dribble. Great timing on the basketball. Great feel. Giving Ron Harper the right timing to catch the basketball and lay it in.
So here's Ron Harper with the Timberwolves, who have never trailed in this game. Chicago. And I can't believe these words. Chicago has never led. We've had ties. We've had 4 of them. But the Wolves, who have led by as many as 12 and moments ago by 11, lead now by 3. Chicago's on a 10-2 run.
It's going to be very important for the Timberwolves to end this quarter out very strong.
Wheeler with the miss. MJ with the rebound. Here comes Michael with about a minute to play in this half. Bushler for 3. He can shoot from out there. Rebound by Roberts, and pure muscle took it away from Rodman.
It's a good decision by Stan Roberts.
Oh, Kevin Garnett, the big ticket. Up high and down hard. They call that the high hard one. The other way, Harper rejected inside. Roberts took one, I think, low.
And you like what the Timberwolves are doing. Every time the Bulls make a run, the Timberwolves have an answer.
Watch it again at the other end from Kevin Garnett.
It's a good advancement of the basketball by Anthony Peeler at the right time to catch Kevin Garnett in the right stride.
Minnesota by 5. Michael Jordan inside and a foul.
Boy, he's so good with so many moves. He can get in heavy traffic and change his body and come up with a creativity like no other.
So here's Michael Jordan, who leads the NBA in scoring at 28 points a game, almost 6 rebounds a game. And he hits the first free throw. Let's quickly go to Tom Hanneman.
And coming up at the half, we'll tip things off with a look at the remarkable career of Michael Jordan, an update of tonight's scores, and on the Miller Lite timeout, we focus on flagrant fouls at the half. Kev?
All right, Hanny, thank you. Wolves led by 5 at the end of 1. Michael Jordan now with 14 points and 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Marbury works on Harper. Off to Garnett. Back to Marbury. Floats and glides and levitates and puts it in. Wolves by 5. Harper the other way.
Gotta find MJ.
For 3, and he's been struggling with that shot all season long at about 21%. Because he's got a cracked bone in his knuckle, and he can't get the kind of shot away that he wants. But he pulls the Bulls to within 2 of the Wolves.
Nice defense by Ron Harper.
Clock you see as the shot clock remaining. Barber out to Mitchell. Nice fake by Burrell. Here comes Stephon. Back to Sam. 2 to shoot. Good! Mitchell puts it in with a second to play.
Great patience by the Timberwolves against strong defense by the Wolves.
That is good if it goes, and it did not. What an incredible first half by Minnesota. Michael Jordan with 17. And now placing himself number 3 all-time on the NBA scoring list. But that's about as good a half as the Wolves have put in this year. Mitchell hitting it before the buzzer with 13. No lie, Wolves have never trailed, leading 49-45. Minutes of basketball, 2 quarters, field goal percentage, wonderful shooting for the Wolves, who were 48% last night, 49% tonight.
But the big key right here, Kevin, offensive rebounding has kept the Bulls in this basketball game.
So Chicago coming into tonight having won 10 consecutive games. As you see, Mitchell and Peeler with 13 apiece and Jordan with 17. Chicago having won 10 consecutive games, the best record in the NBA, with Michael Jordan leading the way as the leading scorer in the league at 56 and 17, and at home 33 and 3.
You know, the key for the Timberwolves in the second half, Kevin, won't be physical, it would be mental, to see if they can sustain the nice play that they had in the first half and see how tough they can be mentally down the stretch. Execute, do the right things, try to win the basketball game in Chicago.
So Minnesota will begin the second half with Peeler, Mitchell, Marbury, Garnett, and Roberts. I'll never forget the quote that I saw from Stephon last year about what he thought the first time he played Michael Jordan. everyone said he jumped up and down and said, I'm playing Michael Jordan, I'm playing Michael Jordan tonight. And he says, when you play a guy like that, you think your whole life about doing it, and when it comes there, sometimes you just don't know what else to do. He said, I acted like a little kid, but that's how I felt. I felt like a little kid.
It's a treat indeed to play against the greatest.
Harper inside, goaltending on Roberts. I don't think that ball was going in.
See, no ball pressure by Kevin Garnett on the pass of Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen had great vision to pick out Ron Harper against a smaller Stephon Marbury.
Well, let's see if the Timberwolves have that same kind of ball movement they had with Michael Williams out there.
Second unit moved the ball very well. They relied on the ball movement to get free shots for their teammates. Now let's see if the first unit can do the same thing.
Here's Garnett working on Rodman. Michael from behind took a swipe at it, and Garnett, they need help. Ted Bernhardt needs help. I think they're going to give it to Chicago. White ball, yep, they're going to call it on Chicago. So the Bulls will inbound. And one referee, Ted Bernhardt, Ted Bernhardt looked at Vivetta, neither knew what it was, and then went to the far side of the court to get the call.
I mean, flip side is saying, how could you see that? I mean, two guys right there didn't see it, and you on the opposite side of the floor, and you had great vision. I don't understand.
They made a decision. They'll have to live with it, and here comes Pippen. Not that it wasn't the right call, mind you, just it was tough to see. Jordan inside. Michael's got 19.
Passing too easy by the Bulls. The Timberwolves must get closer to the passer and take away the vision.
5 ties. Marbury to Roberts. Good ball rotation to Garnett. Pippen is there. Can he get by him? He does. He puts it off the glass. Kukoc has the rebound. And Chicago zeroing in on their first lead tonight.
Kevin had to step, but the long arms of Scottie Pippen blocked the shot.
Harper the miss. Inside. Roberts has it, and a loose ball foul called on Anthony Peeler.
If you watch Kevin all night long, the Timberwolves players, when the ball go up on the glass, they are watching the basketball. They are not blocking out their men. That is allowing the Chicago Bulls to get that athletic step and get to the glass offensively.
And that has been a problem. Blocking out has been a problem the entire game.
See, if you don't block out great jumpers, most times they will get the rebound.
They got one-on-one coverage. Peeler and Jordan Michael inside, and Chicago has their first lead tonight with a minute and a half gone here in the third quarter.
And we talked about one of our keys, a strong start to the third quarter by the Timberwolves. Trademark of the Bulls throughout their career has been quick starts after halftime.
Marbury fouled as he went inside, and that was on Michael Jordan. That's Michael's first. So Marbury is at the free throw line, and tonight his numbers read like this. He's 1 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 2 from downtown. First shot coming up from the stripe right here. 5 assists and 3 points. And now he's got 4. Friday, April 17th, Fan Appreciation Night at the Target Center when the Wolves take on Houston. Fans have a chance to win Whitnauer watches, Wilson leather jackets, Sony DSS with USSB and direct TV programming, Hewlett-Packard Pavilion computer, and DeskJet printer. All 989-5151. What a great night on the 17th. Hope you can join us.
Nice defense by Sam Mitchell, poking that ball away from Scottie Pippen.
Shot clock down to 14. Pippen missed the first 35 games of the season. And now he's
great
back.
steal.
Great steal. Here comes Peeler.
Oh, man!
Anthony Peeler was working on Jordan. 15 for Anthony Peeler, who began last night 0 of 6, came in the fourth quarter, hit 4 threes, and electrified the game. And he's done the same tonight.
It's a great read on that steal by Anthony Peeler, going right for the basketball.
He almost had another as the pass went from Kukoc to Jordan, saved. And Rodman keeps it alive. It's Harper with a 3. Wolves lead by 1 and another offensive rebound.
That's going to catch up with the Timberwolves as this game wears on, and it might be the Achilles heel as this game approaches crunch time.
Chicago has had 14 three-point attempts tonight. They're averaging only 11 a game in the regular year. Good rebound there by Peeler.
Came back to the paint. Good job to step back in.
What a pass! It went to Marbury, then coughed up by Roberts, and Mitchell tried to save it. And that was a break and points they needed in the most undeniably of ways. They had to get that ball.
Anytime you have a chance to score against the world champions and you have an opportunity You must cash in. Right now, the Chicago Bulls are on their heels. It's time for the Timberwolves to try and take it to them.
You saw only a total of 9 turnovers in the entire game. Jordan in on Peeler. Outside to Pippen. Here's Kukoc over Garnett. And Chicago has their second lead tonight.
Extra passing by the Bulls, so special to free up the open shooters.
Kukoc has 6. Here comes Marbury and hounded by Harper. I think the feeling is that Stefan, who can just detonate off a dribble at any time, as Harper picks up his second, is a guy they've got to keep in check because he absolutely went bananas against this team in Minneapolis on December 30th.
See, but the weak side help of the Bulls defense is so good, and Stefan must recognize that once he gets to the paint.
Garnett almost got a hand on it, maybe have touched it. Mitchell was there, and they knock a breakaway from Pippen.
Oh, that's a great shot.
But nonetheless, Scotty double teamed and backpedaling. I don't know how in the world he got that shot to go in.
He used his body very well to hold off Kevin Garnett and then had the soft touch off the glass.
That was incredible. Here's Marbury. Approaching 8 to play in the third. Stefan for 2. Rebound by Roberts, who knocked out Rodman. Marbury again, off again. Picked up by Harper. Down court for Pippen. By Roberts to the rack. Oh! When you see a man fly, you don't know how and you don't know why. You just sit and admire him. And that's what you do with Scottie Pippen and the Bulls. What a play by Pippen. 7:53 in the third. 57-52, Chicago with their biggest lead tonight.
A full-time hustler.
This is wrong. It can't get no righter.
And a small-time reporter.
Without me, you're probably gonna end up dead. 1 or 2 of these, a couple of these, and I'm cool, man.
Are about to hit.
Where are my diamonds? What diamonds?
The big time. Chris Tucker.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Charlie Sheen.
You stole from the wrong bunch of bad guys.
Money Talks.
I should be Ebony Man of the Month.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
A street test for some NBA gear, and we wanted to know if maybe you guys are up for the challenge of doing some 3-on-3 ball in another court.
Okay, but I think you just gotta like pass and screen more. 3-on-3, you need chemistry.
Who wants a challenge?
You have to be close with your teammates. I think the chemistry's gotta be there as a whole, and so whenever we win, all of us enjoy it and we're sincere about it, right?
NBA authentic gear redesigned by Champion, Starter, and Nike. Get your NBA gear at Champ Sports.
First half, now Phil Jackson's got his troops on the same page, and they lead by 5.
You know, quick start to the third quarter by the Bulls. It's their trademark. Stefan with the missed shot. Ron Harper with the long rebound. The quick advancement with the pass to Scottie Pippen in the open field as he slides by Stanley Roberts for an easy lay-in.
Well, Chicago in this third quarter has gone 6 of 9, and let's go back about an hour or so ago when you said in your Chevy Keys to the Game that one of the keys for the Wolves tonight, a good start to begin the game, but also to begin after halftime in the third.
Because the Bulls love to come out at halftime and jump on you right away, trying to put the ball game away early.
Minnesota 1 of 6 from the field in this third quarter. Here comes Peeler, dumping it off to a wide-open Sam Mitchell. He had all day to shoot the ball.
See, Kevin, extra passing, unselfish play is good basketball for the Timberwolves. That's how they got the lead in the first half.
Mitchell 6 of 10 and 15 points in the game. 7:23 to play in this third. Kukoc to Michael. Peeler is there. Roberts the second wave. Big Stan got a tree trunk in the way, and even the guys that get the best of apples off the tree sometimes have trouble seeing how high it goes when you got an arm that big. When you got an arm that big, you can't see. It blocks out the sun. That's the second on Roberts.
Not many guys could get that shot away, but Michael Joe with the great hang time and the great read of the double team. He saw Big Stan come from the middle. He spun baseline to get himself to the basket. Nice move by MJ.
Michael Jordan heading for his 9th scoring title, the 4-time MVP, 11-time All-Star, on the 50th anniversary all-time NBA team. And with those free throws, Chicago has their 5-point lead of 59-54.
Stephon came back to that basketball. That was a very good move because Scottie Pippen was close to picking it off.
Garnett with the miss. Here comes Rodman, and he has a wonderful night rebounding. At the other end, it was a great play by Tony Kukoc.
See, one-on-one basketball and quick shots is not good for the Timberwolves against the Bulls. The Bulls love to force you to play fast so they can get into their transition basketball.
Knocked away by Michael, looking inside for Peeler, who's been quiet in this third quarter. Except for Michael Jordan, he's got 23 to match his uniform number.
So you can see the defensive intensity by the Bulls picking up. Nice move by Peeler. Great defense by Dennis Rodman.
And then Rodman gave Peeler a little punch in the kidney. Did you see that after the play?
That's uncalled for.
And Rodman may have hurt his right wrist. Let's watch. Can we see how far we can run this highlight and see if we get it afterwards, too. But Rodman gave a little shove in the back. Hold on. Ooh, right there. There it goes. And he hurt himself doing it. Watch him. Let's run it all the way through. He hurt himself doing it. We're going to get blocked out, though. Ooh, right there.
See, Peeler had to step on Michael Jordan, but the Bulls are so good with team defense. Dennis Rodman in the right place at the right time.
What a steal by Marbury. What a play by Stephon. Then he stepped out of bounds. Did you see that steal?
That was quick feet by Stephon Marbury just to get in front of Scottie Pippen to slow him down.
Yeah, watch this. Watch this. That is really something. Although Garnett may have had a hand in there, too.
Scottie was trying to get to the basket. If he gathered himself, look out. He's close enough to dunk that basketball from 15 feet.
And here comes Pippen out to Michael, and over Peeler got a hand on it. I shouldn't have said, or I should bite my tongue when I see something like that, because Anthony's leaping ability, he's got his 4th personal foul right there, but he's on a pogo stick, and he gets up so high. I think even Jordan a bit surprised that time, too. At the very top of his shot, he blocked the ball.
You know, Kevin, we talked about the mental approach to the second half by the Timberwolves. You can see the energy level is very low. You can see the frustration on their faces is starting to show. They're not moving the basketball around the horn very quickly. There's no good body language. So the Timberwolves need to pick up their energy level if they are going to stay in this basketball game.
You know, Maya comes Parks, and there goes Stanley Roberts. Michael Jordan hedging on retirement. That's the big thought now here. He said a couple weeks ago, I think 100% you have to wait until the end of the season to make a determination. Before, it was like, hey, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Not anymore.
I mean, you know, even management may have softened its approach about Phil Jackson coming back next year. And that's going to help Michael Jordan's decision. I mean, when you got this type of team on the court and they want to stay together, and you talk about keeping players in one city for a long time, you have something very special. You must treasure it, and you must keep it together as long as you can.
It was Scottie Pippen who picks up the foul, and that is his 2nd of the game with 6:22 to play in the third quarter, which has been ruled by Chicago. Bulls on top, their biggest lead of 8, a 3 by Stephon Marbury. And Minnesota does not have that same intensity and passion. Oh, man. Out of bounds and off of Minnesota. Oh, they may overrule it. Dick Pavetta may come in and overrule the play.
See, this is a very scary moment right now for the Timberwolves. 6:14 to go. They're not playing well. Their body language is not good, and the Chicago Bulls can feel that. So right now they are trying to put the clamps down on this ball game.
There's Kukoc and Pippen and Rodman off the Pip again. Shot clock is down to 6. Michael Jordan got inside and comes down with a tomahawk. What tremendous work inside by Michael Jordan.
Terry Porter went for the steal, came up empty. Quick first step, quick dunk by Michael Jordan.
10-point game. Marbury to Porter, who needs a basket here in the worst way, and he gives it to Minnesota. as Terry Porter off the bench comes up with his first 2 tonight.
When the Timberwolves move the basketball freely around the horn, they can get some good shots, and that's the game they must get back to.
Flipping on top to Michael. Could it be another 3? You betcha. You betcha.
Right now, he's beginning to feel it.
He averages 30 against the Timberwolves over the life of this series. Tonight, he's got 29. Screen by Garnett. Now the mismatch against Pippen. Marbury there, and Harper's on him. Inside to Mitchell, who spun, and Rodman got a hand on it, and Rodman picks up the foul.
See, Kevin, you can see this first unit on the basketball court. They don't have any flow to their game. They are playing without a purpose. They're just dribbling the basketball around, trying to play one-on-one, and you can't beat the Chicago Bulls playing that way. You need to move the ball and be very sound, very crisp, and very precise with your game plan.
Foul was called on Scottie Pippen. So here's Sam Mitchell at the free throw line. And Sam with the couple. Scott Burrell will set the check in for Chicago after this free throw. And Sam hits nothing but cotton. The Timberwolves take on the Utah Jazz on April 11th, and the first 5,000 kids 18 and under will receive a Chevy Mini Bowl presented by our good friends at Care 11. Paul Majors and crew are on with Tim McNiff tonight at 6:15. And I tried to get in that special, and I guess I got kind of axed out of that, didn't I, Trent? Huh? I guess I was kind of a forgotten guy in that show.
You know, Tom said he was running out of time, and I was the closest guy by.
Wow. See, if John Remish at Channel 11 knew that, that wouldn't have happened. He was like, I want my man in there. Nope. That's what happens. All right. I'll live with it, I guess. 67-58 Chicago. Rodman getting a pass. Garnett got a hand on it, and then Scottie fumbles it away. But was it off Minnesota? It was indeed. And Chicago to inbound with 9 to shoot.
You know, when things break down for the Bulls, Kevin, in half court, they can always go to the system. And the system has been so good for these players for so many years.
Here comes Pippen. Inside, across the lane, in what truly is no man's land, and Scottie makes it click.
Quick first step by Scottie Pippen, long dribble, and what made that play so special, the extension at the end for the lay-in.
An 11-point lead, the biggest tonight. Nice pass by Marbury, and Garnett answers with 2. What a pass by Stephon. Kevin's got 10, and Marbury has 7 assists in the game.
It's simple basketball when you play it the right way. Pass and cut, easy shots.
Rodman, Pippen, into Parks, who goes barreling out of bounds, and that's a foul on Cherokee. Well, the difference in this one tonight might be Scottie Pippen, who did not play the first time. That's 3 on Parks, and here comes Pip right at you.
Here comes the end around. Dennis Rodman hands off to Scottie Pippen, who explodes to the basket.
He's a 7-time All-Star. He was, remember now, initially drafted by Seattle in '87, and his rights were traded, if you can believe this, for Olden Polynice. And that is the one trade that Jerry Krause has made that he kind of hangs his hat on. And yet Pippen is so underpaid, it's a joke.
And nobody knew who Scottie Pippen was.
Exactly.
I mean, so who was Scottie Pippen? Central Arkansas. Yeah. Jerry Krause found him, and that's what good GMs do. They go out and find great players to fit into the team structure.
I like yours. We're going to have to tell that story about when they picked you up here in Chicago. Can I tell that? Can we tell that story a little bit later on?
This is one.
A little walking around. Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know. Okay. I got you. I'm sorry. Here comes Porter. Fans, you're missing a good story, let me tell you. Garnett and Porter, little 2-man game. Rodman defending. Dennis all arms and legs and elbows and forearms out of bounds and 4 to shoot.
See, one-on-one basketball is not going to work against the Bulls. They are too sound defensively. When you can make them move and make them shift, then you can find gaps in their defense.
Here's Garnett, finds Porter, and over Harper trying to use the glass. Kevin got a hand on it. Mitchell gets it back and fades away and banks it in.
And Sam took a couple small steps inside to get himself ready to shoot the basketball.
19 points for Sam Mitchell. He played well last night. He's playing even better tonight.
Sam's playing great basketball this year for the Wolves.
Here comes Michael Jordan. 3.5 to play. MJ into Rodman. Another great pass by Jordan. Oh, what eyes, what feel, what a game, what a game.
So much attention focused on Michael Jordan. He can feel it, he can read it. Nice inside pass to Dennis Rodman.
Another 9-point game. Porter to Garnett. Kevin trying to give it back to Terry, and it's still loose and finally retrieved by Mitchell. And easy try and 2 short chippies, and they couldn't get it to go.
Make the easy play. Keep the game very simple.
That's what they did in the first half. Minnesota looked brilliant. Alley-oop for Parks. Offensive interference. It was in the cylinder. And a timeout taken by Minnesota, or rather by Chicago. As well choreographed as Minnesota was in the first half, they're discombobulated here in the second. Down by 11, make it by 9 on the Wolves television network.
A full-time hustler.
This is wrong. It can't get no righter.
And a small-time reporter.
Without me, you're probably gonna end up dead. 1 or 2 of these, a couple of these, and I'm cool, man.
Are about to hit.
Where are my diamonds? What diamonds?
The big time. Chris Tucker.
You don't know who you messing with.
Charlie Sheen.
You stole from the wrong bunch of bad guys.
Money Talks.
I should be Ebony Man of the Month.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Today's flight is a special one.
Meet the first-class passenger.
Makes the Manson family look like the Partridge family.
Of Con Air.
Where are you going with my plane?
We're going to Disneyland.
Now, it may be their party, but someone
He's a U.S. Ranger, highly decorated.
is about to crash it. From Jerry Bruckheimer, producer of The Rock.
It's on your mind, hillbilly. Goodbye.
Con Air.
Buckle up.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Wynton Marsalis plays offense.
Crossover.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Vintage Jim Hardaway.
If you want to see the definition of power, watch this
Man, I love this game.
Emotions on his ankle tonight. He only played 1 year here at Farragut Academy, but you can see he considers Chicago his second home. Newspaper stories here in Chicago quoted Garnett indicating he had no interest in playing for the Bulls because of the way management here has treated Scottie Pippen. It is a concern for the Bulls, a team that will eventually need to attract young free agents when Michael Jordan leaves. Kevin?
Well, it's interesting you say that because the day that Garnett signed with Minnesota, it was almost like a death in the family here in Chicago. There was such high hopes of luring him here. And, you know, Jerry Krause has got to be very careful here, the general manager of Chicago. He is disliked by the team. And do you know that of the 15 players on the roster, 11 are free agents? And that's going to bode very interestingly down the road for drawing big-name guys here. If they know Krause is treating them like that, they're not going to want to come.
That's very true.
They better watch out. I mean, you can talk a big game now when you're winning, but when you're losing, brother, it's no fun. Outside, it's Jordan over Garnett.
Another rebound by the Bulls offensively.
My goodness. Their offensive rebounding tonight is what's got them a lead right now of 9.
Total control of the glass offensively.
Bulls have gone 8 of their last 9. 8 of their last 9. Pippen! Oh, what a shot! What a shot!
I mean, they run that system so well, and they get into the triangle. So many variations off the triangle. It starts with the pass of the basketball.
16 for Pip. 8, half his points in this third quarter. Wow, nice athletic catch by Porter. Into Parks, held by Pippen. And a foul.
See, right now the Timberwolves are thinking, not playing basketball. The Bulls are reacting and doing their job.
I never see Chicago sweat. I never see Chicago panic. I see it less this year than ever before in the Timberwolves. And that playoff experience, it is amazing. Everyone says, hey, when they get in the playoffs, they've been through the ringer, they have a different look the next year. And sure enough, they have. The Wolves have. Just wait till it's a second time through the playoffs.
Right.
And then a third time through the playoffs.
You know, it helps your confidence, gives you great belief in yourself. You know you can play with the best. And when the Bulls get in trouble, see, they can go to that system. They never get into a one-on-one basketball game. Phil Jackson will not call timeout. He'll say, hey, you guys get yourselves together, get back into the triangle, and start your offense from there.
Little heat on the back of Big Stanley Roberts. It is amazing that he has been as injury-free this season as he has. It's just one of the great stories of this year that he's come in with Dean Garrett, leaving a huge void in the middle when he went to Denver as a free agent.
I mean, he's in better shape, and when you get your body in better shape, you can avoid injuries that way.
It is a 10-point game as Kukoc finds Rodman, who's picked up by Mitchell. Randy Brown back in the game. Michael Jordan with 29. Does he see 31? Not on this shot, he doesn't. And a loose ball foul called inside.
Dennis Rodman?
Rodman got it.
Dennis Rodman, his second.
That is the second on Rodman.
You know, Kevin, it's amazing. Every time with the shot clock running down, you're playing good defense for 18, 19, 20 seconds. But the ball can always find Michael Jordan's hands at the end.
And here comes Mitchell at the free throw line. Mitchell tonight, 4 of 4. We had a good night last night at the free throw line. Mitchell has been playing some of his best basketball of his career.
I mean, Sam has played basketball well all year long for this basketball team. He's in great shape. He understands how to play. He plays off of his teammates. A smart basketball player.
Sam's season high is 25. He's got 20 right now, and he's zeroing in on number 21. And rebound by Jordan. Kukoc, and 1:20 to play in the third quarter from Chicago. Slow-moving third quarter. The first half was
the Bulls got their
terrific.
pace.
Yeah, this is Chicago's pace. They grind you into the ground is what they do. They grind you. Kukoc, nice move on Mitchell. What a sweet move, and Rodman cleans it up and is hacked inside. And they get you. And they get you one way, then they get you the other.
I mean, you play great defense for 21 seconds. You force an air ball. Then you don't block out. Here comes Dennis Rodman to get the rebound. Cherokee Parks did not block out Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman won the battle. The defense plays so well, and then you give up the little things. Don't block out. Easy rebound for Dennis Rodman. And now he goes to the free throw line and knocks it down.
He is in his third year with the Chicago Bulls. Rodman is. He spent 2 years in San Antonio, 7 years in Detroit. And I think one thing you forget about him, a guy who did not play high school basketball, is that he is a 4-time NBA champion. A 4-time NBA champ.
I mean, he's a good basketball player. He's very sound. I mean, he doesn't score much, but he understands how to play. So he's a very good basketball player to have in your system.
And he seems to have settled down. There was a spurt there in the middle of the year, not about a month and a half ago, where he was missing practices, seemed disinterested. But now he seems to be back on track as the playoffs approach. And Terry Porter hits a nice shot with less than a minute to play, and the Wolves are to within a 9-point reach.
All night long, Kevin, the swing of the basketball, a little movement, frees up shooters. The defense gets lost.
And about a half minute to play here in the third from sold out Chicago, and Jordan with 2 consecutive misses. Rodman again picks up the offensive glass.
And Cherokee Parks is having a tough time with Dennis Rodman.
He can't deal with it.
And here's Dennis Rodman again.
Another offensive board. Michael Jordan, 3 consecutive misses. Look at the offensive rebounding by Chicago. And that is all you need to know why Minnesota is down and why Chicago has gotten back in the game. Offensive rebounding and the lack of blocking out.
Just physical domination by the Bulls on the glass. You know, the Bulls are not known to be a strong offensive rebounder team other than Dennis Rodman, but tonight, Scott Burrell, Tony Kukoc all over the glass, getting second and third chances, and that will wear down the Timberwolves as this game wears on.
16 seconds to play in the third. Tony Kukoc, who would prefer to start than come off the bench, and with Longley injured, Kukoc does start.
You know, I can tell you one thing that Flip Summers will work on in his next practice.
Oh, what's that?
He's going to make sure they block out.
Oh, blocking out, yes. That has been the difference in the game. Simply put.
Yes, it is.
Simply put, the difference in the game.
I mean, the Timberwolves were playing very good basketball in the first half, but the Bulls kept getting second and third chances.
Michael the miss, close to the buzzer. We're done with 3. And Chicago down at halftime by 4. Now leading by 12 at the end of 3. We go to the 4th. This is the Timberwolves Television Network.
Is it just a coincidence, or is it a conspiracy?
Find out on Direct Ticket. Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts in the suspense thriller Conspiracy Theory.
You think you're living in a free country? There's a lot of conspiracies going on, you know?
The only people who believe Jerry Fletcher
Can you prove any of this?
Absolutely not.
are the ones trying to kill him.
I have to find Jerry. I got him.
And only she can save him. Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts, Patrick Stewart, Conspiracy Theory on Direct TV.
Today's flight is a special one.
Meet the first-class passenger.
Makes the Manson family look like the Partridge family.
Of Con Air.
Where are you going with my plane?
We're going to Disneyland.
Now, it may be their party, but someone
He's a U.S. Ranger, highly decorated.
is about to crash it. From Jerry Bruckheimer, producer of The Rock.
It's on your mind, hillbilly. Goodbye.
Con Air.
Buckle up.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
People get ready. Get into the spirit. Come on, join in, everybody. Everybody join in. Working together, mind and soul. Dreaming, believe it's where you want to be. Oh, join in, everybody. Everybody, join in, everybody.
Quarter begins. We are back here in Chicago, where the Chicago Bulls lead the Timberwolves 78-66. Time now for the Miller Lite three-point payoff contestant, Carrie Herman from Wilmer. And she picks Steph to hit the first three-point shot of the fourth quarter. If Marbury hits it tonight, Carrie wins $1,500. To enter, you got to be 21 or older. Send your postcard to the Miller Lite three-point payoff, 600 First Avenue North, Minneapolis, Minnesota. 55403, or send email. I love email. Payoff@timberwolves.com. Include name, address, age, phone number, and your pick. Watch the next Wolves game on TV to see if your name was drawn as a contestant. Can we get that? Where's our card from last? I got to read this card we got. Are we on camera here? Skip. Hold on. Where's it? Here it is, right here. Here's one card we got. Here we go. Can we see this here? We got this last time. That's Trent there, waving his arms, and we got all kinds. We'll read these later on tonight. There's some great cards in here from people applying for this, but send them in. They love you, Trent. They absolutely love you. Alley-oop! Oh, no! What a play by Kevin. 12 points in the game.
Big ticket with the punch in.
Here comes Kukoc. Nice move on Garnett. And the pass to Scott Burrell. We are in the fourth quarter from the United Center, the United Airlines Center here in Chicago.
Kevin got his hands down by his side. Caught a break that time.
He did. Kukoc missed everything, and here comes Michael Williams, who they had that 11-0 spurt in the second quarter from. Great rebound by Garnett. Dancing inside and shoved by Rodman. And a foul called on Dennis. 5 rebounds for Garnett in the game tonight.
Garnett's got to be strong with the basketball down low. Randy Brown loves to reach in. He has very strong hands.
Minnesota was great until they hit that third quarter. Then ouch, they got whacked. Parks. And having a hard time finding anybody, and finally locates Terry Porter. Shot clock down to 6. Garnett inside, and Burrell got a hand on it.
It's a nice play by Kevin Garnett. He came from the weak side, slipped a pick, got the feed from Terry Porter, and went to the bucket very strong.
First foul on Scotty Burrell.
Kevin Garnett faked the pick, slipped to the basket. Nice feed by Terry Porter.
So here's Kevin Garnett. About 6 points below his season average, and he stays right there. Folks, it's important to know when you get your oil changed. You think so, Trent?
Yes.
What's more important is where. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Call 1-800-FAST-CHANGE for the location near you.
Fast and quick.
Every 3,000 miles.
They're all over.
Change a season. Kevin's got 13.
So with this group right here, the Bulls does not have a primary go-to guy, so the Timberwolves can play good, sound, one-on-one defense, and they don't need to double-team anyone.
Rodman gets it off to Kukoc, and there's Burrell working on Reggie Jordan. Parks came out with a flash of defense. Burrell with a 3 and off and a rebound. Somehow saved by Porter, and here comes Terry the other way. Got a nice screen from Kevin. A 3 from Porter. Good! Terry Porter from downtown.
And you called it, Kevin. That little brush screen by Kevin Garnett got in the way of Randy Brown, and that freed up Terry Porter for the home run shot.
We've got a 6-point game in Chicago, and the Bulls on top with Brown and Porter, the defense, and the shot clock showing 9 as Brown tried to wiggle his way inside. Foul called on Terry.
So Terry Porter don't need to get that close to Randy Brown. Randy Brown, not a good outside shooter, a great driver. He loves to drive the ball into the basket. So when you got a driver, you must give him some room.
So we don't have a winner in the night's 3-point payoff. That means it goes up to 2,000 next time. There goes Brown out to Kerr, into Rodman, back to Kerr, and tried to dump it off and took a hard hit and a foul from Porter, who picks up another foul for Minnesota. That's his second of the game.
Michael Williams got lost in the mass of that confusion. Steve Kerr slipped free. Nice pass by Dennis Rodman to a cutting Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr was born in Beirut, Lebanon, where his father was a teacher at the American University. They had some an assassination of his dad all over there. And Kerr has been so resilient, one of the class people of the NBA. He played with Phoenix, Cleveland for 3.5 years, half season in Orlando, now in his 5th season with Chicago. Before it was Jimmy Paxson, or John Paxson, I should say, and now it is Steve Kerr, the complement to Jordan in the backcourt.
I mean, Chicago has always had one guy who could make the shots. When the great players got double teamed, Steve Kerr is just following in the shadows of John Paxson.
There's Kerr with the steal and taken back by Jordan. It's off to Michael Williams. 3-on-2. Off the foot of Burrell. Kicking violation out of bounds. Reset the 24-second shot clock with 9:42 to play.
And right now, Dennis Rodman is wondering, with all that confusion, the ball going from one end to the other end, why wasn't there a 10-second violation?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was down to 14 on the shot clock, so it was close, to say the least. And Mitchell is in. There goes Garnett. Kevin leads. So it's Jordan, Williams, Mitchell, Porter, and Parks.
Right now, the Timberwolves must rely on ball movement, player movement, no go-to player, because Kevin Garnett has gone to the bench.
Jordan out to Porter, thinking about 3, taking a 3, hitting a 3! Terry Porter makes it a 5-point game. What a shot!
Great passing by the Timberwolves to get Terry Porter free for the home run bang.
Kukoc to Kerr. Minnesota tonight, 7 of 10 hitting threes. They got the same bucket in the hand last night in Indianapolis. Burrell with the runner. Great rebound by Parks.
It's great work by Cherokee Parks. What about the pass?
Wow.
Behind the back. I see you, big fella. Been kind of sweet with the basketball.
But do you feel him? Do you feel him?
I feel you, big fella. I feel you.
Nice crossover move by Michael Williams. Rebound by Kukoc. 8:45 to play. Close game. 5-point Chicago lead. Brown intercepted by Parks.
Nice play by Terry Porter as well. Sorry, Kevin.
Porter comes the other way. Trent working by Brown. Pump fakes the pass.
Oh, baby!
Parks tries to finish and can't, and a foul. What a pass by Porter. That was sensational. The pump fake, then the pass on the no-look pass off the Cherokee.
And the nice defense by Terry Porter on the other end started that wonderful play. Terry Porter, great hesitation, great pump fake with the basketball. And then what about the nice feed inside to Cherokee Parks as he dove to the basket.
That was so pretty. Watch it. Bang. Stop. There's one. And there's another one. And then he finally delivers.
Cherokee's got to make the free throws.
Wonderful job by our crew back in the truck and the tape room. We thank them very much for a wonderful job tonight and great camera work when we come to Chicago. We only come here once a year, but it's always the best in the NBA, and we thank the fine folks who put this together. These guys are here all day long, and rarely, and unfortunately, we go to so many cities we can't say their names and thank them, but we see them here courtside. We thank them because they know that we appreciate their work, and we thank them every time we come here. Wonderful work by our crew here in Chicago. 8.5 to play in the game, and now it's a 4-point game with Chicago on top by just that many. Jordan is in. And he's got it. He works on Porter. A 10-2 run by Minnesota. Michael Jordan. What a play!
Man.
Michael Jordan pulls a Houdini. Spectacular play by Jordan. A missed three by Peeler. 31 for Michael.
Boy, he's special. I mean, he can make plays like no other. MJ.
Michael with the foul. Michael Williams with the foul on Steve Kerr. That play, you know, here it's commonplace, but to us, to see something like this, held once, bumped twice, and then going the other way, out of bounds, tosses it up. Incredible. Just incredible.
You know, speed, strength, control, hang time, feel, touch. He's got it all.
Kerr with Williams on him. Kukoc and Parks. Scotty Burrell from 17. Rebound gobbled up by Parks of Minnesota. Another rebound, and he's got 2. Michael Williams. Peeler. Parks in on Kukoc. He'll spin and fire and hit. Pretty play.
Nice basketball by the Timberwolves. Quick swing of the basketball. Dump down inside past the Cherokee Park. Strong move on the block.
4-point game again with 7:20 to play in the game. Kukoc to Burrell. Inside to Brown. And Mitchell working on Brown off to Michael, and he got it up but not in because Mitchell was there blocking the lid.
Randy Brown using that speed he's possessed with to break down the Timberwolves defense, and he finds Michael Jordan at the last second as MJ's goes to the bucket very strong.
Michael Jordan shoots 2.
Chicago had a big lead of 12. And that was at the end of the third quarter. 78-6. Look at it. It's like in a strobe situation with all those flashes. Fans want to repeat this again because it's so important for you folks looking to see some playoff games. April 17th is the day Wolves fans can buy playoff tickets that go on sale to the general public that day. Friday, April 17th, 10 a.m. You can get your playoff tickets stopping by the Target Center box office, any Ticketmaster location, or by calling 612-989-5151. Wolves played Indiana tough last night, playing Chicago even tougher tonight. Peeler, Mitchell doubled and out to Parks. He can hit from out there, and fans on the shot. Out of bounds and off Chicago. Minnesota will inbound. 6:52 to play. Timeout Bulls. So it's a 6-point game with a little under 7 to play. It's Chicago on top, 84-78. Jordan's got 31.
I was abused as a child, and now I have a son of my own. I haven't done anything to harm my baby. I never would. I know there's a better way of disciplining your children than hurting them. I love my son very much, and I don't want to hurt him, but I don't want to take any chances. Maybe you could help me. He is 2 now, and I'm afraid I would do the same thing to him as my mom did to me.
Trent Tucker and the banner from the 1993 NBA World Champion Chicago Bulls. He's got the ring to prove it. And Chicago tonight on top, 84-78. Filled with celebrities here inside the United Center tonight. And Minnesota will inbound the ball. Talking about these celebrities, there's Carmen Electra of MTV. You know who she's dating? Dennis Rodman! That's who! I feel like, oh, they tried the alley-oop for Garnett.
He was open.
He was open.
But the pass was just a little off.
I feel like Pat O'Brien on ETV giving fine celebrity scoop. Trent.
You're everything.
You love scoop. You love scoop. Here's Pippen. 6.5 to play. Here's Kukoc in the game with Jordan, Pippen, Kerr, Pippen. Come on. You got it. I got it. Ay, 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 ay. Shiver me timbers. Who do we give it to this time? 7 turnovers. All right, now the Western Conference, the Wolves have a full game lead going into tonight on Houston. Rockets tonight losing in Atlanta. Portland is losing at home to Dallas. Portland right ahead of the Wolves, and look at that. Hawks by 30 over Houston. Rockets have now lost 6 of their last 7. 6 of their last 7. Minnesota solidifying their slot, or that 7th slot in the West. Peeler saves it. Marbury. Kukoc got a hand on it, out of bounds off Chicago. 6 to shoot with 6 to play.
Stephon has got to recognize once he gets that deep into the paint, it's better to shoot the basketball than try to pass it.
Marbury has 4 points tonight and 7 assists. Garnett's got 13, Mitchell's got 20, and Mitchell has been the star on offense. 15 for Anthony Peeler, who's been sensational again. Mitchell for 3. No, Garnett, and they're fighting with Jordan and Kukoc and Pippen, and Kevin came up on the short end.
That was a good read. Sam Mitchell took the ball out of bounds, and Kevin, most time the guy who took the ball out of bounds will be open. Stephon fell asleep. Steve Kerr burns in with a 3.
Steve Kerr holds the record for the highest three-point percentage in a season in the history of the NBA. A 3, make it a 2 by Marbury, and Parks puts it up and in.
Good play by Cherokee Parks. He was on the inside of Michael Jordan. He went right back up strong.
5:20 to play. Minnesota's bench has scored 25 tonight. The Chicago's 14. That's been a big advantage for the Wolves, who trail by 7 now. Approaching 5 to play in the game. Jordan over Peeler. And inside, the rebound by Kevin Garnett. Almost knocked away by Michael. Flying is Marbury outside to Mitchell. He hits it. Boy, that was very smooth.
That was very close to a steal, but nice play by Stephon Marbury. Great poise to avoid the charge and then make the nice pass to Sam Mitchell.
5-point game. Kukoc working on Parks, and Burrell has some room. Even the last gasp effort by Mitchell can't deter Burrell. And Chicago's got that feel now. You're 4.5 away from the end of the game, and they lead by 7.
They set so many screens so well to free up their shooters, and that's a good sign of a great basketball team.
Here's Garnett. Doubled out to Mitchell, uncovered. He knocks it in. Sam Mitchell's got 24. His season high is 25.
Sam Mitchell is so smart, Kevin. He's not going to beat you with one-on-one moves. He just plays good, sound basketball with his teammates.
9 of 14. He's had a wonderful night shooting from the field. Kukoc with this baby hook. Fought for inside, volleyballed around. Here comes Kerr out of the pack with it and gives it out to Tony. Kukoc works on Parks. And
it's a pretty play.
With a great play. I mean, a sensational play.
He kept that first rebound alive with those long arms, and then he used his basketball skills for the sweeping running left hook.
91-84 off the foot. Here comes Michael. Buckle up for Michael Jordan. And a play. That may be it for the Timberwolves, who trail by 9 and sends this crowd into pandemonium. Michael Jordan has put in 35, and the Timberwolves are down 93-84 on the Timberwolves television network.
What do you get from the man who has everything?
From the director of 7.
What is it?
It's a game. They know who you are.
This is Cynthia calling from CRS.
How did you get this number?
They know where you live.
What is this?
Let's save the questions till afterwards.
And they want everything. Michael Douglas.
Who did this to me? Why?
Sean Penn.
I paid him more to make it stop.
The Game.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
And so the detective said the butler didn't do it. It was. My book! Let's go, Rick. Where's that page? I gotta finish my book.
Hello, sir. Can you please tell me how your book ends?
No!
Now I'll never know.
Brick!
Oh, Rick, look what I've got. Good dog.
You know the game. Now get inside it. Log on to NBA.com and reach every team and every player. Explore NBA news and notes. Visit the NBA store. Or chat with NBA players and coaches. Enter NBA.com Arena and go courtside for live game audio broadcasts and on-screen play-by-play. It's all here. The online world of the NBA. Go to the net. NBA.com.
A favorite, and with this, his 35th point on a wonderful slam, Michael Jordan, who is the March NBA Player of the Month and leads the league once again in scoring with that wonderful 13-1 record in the month of March. He's got his team on top here again tonight, 93-84.
Right now, Kevin, in this month, he has taken his game to another level. He knows the playoffs is just around the corner. He's trying to get that playoff feel in his body and bring that playoff energy to his teammates as well.
Well, I can smell blood here in Chicago. Michael Jordan, 35 points, 6 in this quarter, 13 of 21 for the game. They spread the floor, Minnesota does. They want to give room for Garnett to roam. Misses the shot, gets it back, and puts it in. Kevin Garnett's got 15 and a rebound. He's got 6 there.
Nice strong work by Kevin Garnett. What a wonderful steal.
Here he comes. Garnett flies inside, and a charge into Pippen.
It's a great play by Scottie Pippen. Timberwolves had a 3-on-1 break. But the great savviness and smartness of Scottie Pippen took away the advantage by the Timberwolves.
Watch Garnett land on his hip, and this hurt him. Bang.
Scottie Pippen in the right place at the right time. Smart play by Dennis Rodman.
Early release by Rodman. There's Pippen. They're going to eat up some clock now. They've got this game, they feel in hand. A 3 by Michael. Rebound fought for and claimed by Marbury. Wolves, though, think there's plenty of time left, and they're down by 7.
That's a big shot if it goes.
Mitchell got it. Porter, great fake. Harper bit a 3. 2 crucial misses by the Wolves.
Timberwolves got 2 good looks, but they came up empty.
Time is running down. 2.5 to play.
Phil Jackson going to the 4 pass. Make sure 4 guys touch the basketball before we make an attempt to try to score a basket.
Burrell and Harper, and the shot clock is at 4. Michael against Peeler. Michael Jordan again. He dances inside with the best of them.
The double team came too late. The quick first step of Michael Jordan. Easy lay-in.
37 for Michael. Double
pick
right
by
there.
Kevin Garnett.
And by Porter before that. And the rebound by Dennis Rodman. Another Rodman rebound. And for the game, Rodman with 14 boards. Jordan was double picked and he was shot each time they came at him in waves.
Terry Porter had the shot from three-point land. He decided to go inside to take a tougher shot.
Michael again, the fake. Oh, what a play by Jordan. Every time he touches the ball, you just say, how can it get any better? And it does. It gets better with every shot, with every game, with every year. Michael Jordan taking over the game. This is the Timberwolves Television Network.
I was abused as a child, and now I have a son of my own. I haven't done anything to harm my baby. I never would. I know there's a better way of disciplining your children than hurting them. I love my son very much, and I don't want to hurt him, but I don't want to take any chances. Maybe you could help me. He is 2 now, and I'm afraid I would do the same thing to him as my mom did to me.
Michael Jordan sending a message late in the game that has been received loud and clear by the Timberwolves. Minnesota playing a good game tonight and staying close. As you can see, they lost by 7 a couple of years ago. And then by 7 back in 92-93. And they're down right now by 11 points. But they have played very tight this entire game. Porter from the wing to the lane, and he goes right across and comes up with 2.
Pretty shot by Terry Porter.
He's got 12. Burrell. Michael Jordan! How do you stop him? He's got 41.
Timberwolves went to the quick four-court press. Great handling by the Bulls. Easy lay-in by Michael Jordan. Here they come again.
2-on-1. Scottie Pippen. Wide open and missed it. And a foul.
And Michael's laughing at him, too.
Look at Jordan. Look at Jordan.
Scottie lost his step and could not glide long enough to the basket.
Scottie tonight 1 of 4 from the free throw line.
Two great basketball players. You want to see true greatness. Number 23 is definitely true greatness.
Another. Jordan is doubled over in laughter. Here it comes. Oh, and a pick off by Pippen. Will he get another try?
He wanted to.
He did. Of course he wanted to. Down to a minute to play.
Open court basketball. Spread the basketball court.
It's over. We're up by 11. It's over. Here's Pippen. Kind of holding that ball away and saying, look what I got. Shot clock at 1. He gets it away. Good! Dennis Rodman comes up with his 11th point tonight. Peeler for 3. Good! Anthony Peeler with another 3. He's got 18 tonight and 4 from downtown.
That's the one. Wiggles one's in. Let's see it again.
Again? Thank goodness. Well, the Wolves played him tough. There's no denying that, and Porter gets the foul. 104-93. It is more than just a basketball game here. It is an event to come to this place. It's always been fun, and this may be the last time we see Michael Jordan here. If indeed he retires, I know, Trent, that you know him. You're going to see him after the game tonight. But this, for whether you're a reporter like we are or a fan who comes and pays the money to watch it in this great, great building, you enjoy it and you feel almost privileged to have watched it. And Jordan leaves. And this may be the last time that the Timberwolves see Michael Jordan on this floor here in Chicago.
I mean, he's so special to watch. I mean, having that opportunity to play with him as a teammate in 92 and 93, to be close up on Michael Jordan every single day was special.
And because of that 1 year, you guys knew each other, but the bond you've built is very special too. You've told us many stories about Jordan and what he does, his charitable work, and playing with his kids. What a wonderful window you've had on his life. A steal by Harper, and that'll be it. The Timberwolves will lose this one, but they played very gallantly tonight. They really did. They came in and they played them tough, and they didn't give up. And they put 2 tough, good games together. And that goes in by Judd Bushland. They have put 2 good games together against the best the East has to offer. They lose last night by 3 in Indiana, and they lose tonight 107-93 to the Chicago Bulls. We come back after this on the Timberwolves Television Basketball Network.